Good afternoon, Sacred Heart World. It's been a good afternoon, a good day, beautiful day. We've gotten some work done here. I mentioned this little breezeway project, and so on. I thought I'd give you a glimpse of it. It's almost all finished. We only have a little bit of fascia board to put on the little deck there, and otherwise it's done. So another great project completed by Lauren Hagman. And thank Randy for heading this. I've affectionately given him the new nickname of Old Yeller, which comes largely, it comes from the color that he selected for the exterior, which reminded me of my grandma and grandpa's house on the farm that they probably painted in the 60s, or maybe it was the 40s. A nice yellow. Well, that went up first, and then we decided maybe a little bit different color. And since, getting samples is not as easy nowadays during the pandemic, I just decided to use a color that we'd selected over the office that works with the brick and the sandstone. So that's what you see. I think it turned out nice and clean, and they repainted the white. And they put in these windows here and on this west side. There were some old windows there with some screens in them, and I took them out, and they wouldn't go back in. So we got these new windows and railing and this decking material here, and you can see that little piece that's left for the fascia. So I'll take a step up here, put in a new door. Let's see. Oh, they left it open for me. Good. So here's the back door of the rectory. You can see this nice new windows and good trim work that they did. It'll be good to be able to open up these windows and have a little bit of furniture out here. I don't know if we can put a grill in here or not. So we do have a little bit of paint work that we're going to do here on our own, just in-house, the white, and then I think we will redo the floor as well. Just paint the floor. Oh, and you can see these Norfolk pines that I've had for, a couple years now. I planted them last summer outside, and they did really well. I'm about to do that again. Good. Oh, and you can see some other plants that I have here. Speaking of plants, all the plants that you see in the church at Easter, virtually all of them, we didn't buy this year, and most of them we didn't buy last year. We've had most of them a couple years. I've had them out here or in the rectory over the winter, and actually some I planted outside because they weren't looking so good, and they did pretty well. So there you go. Here's the breezeway project completed. That nice hardy board took the place of those old asphalt shingles that were falling off, and the deck that was falling apart. Now we'll just make our way over here through the hidden passageway and just quickly go over and show you what else we were working on today. Yesterday and today, I think it was. So, there we go, other side. Right, so the other project that we were working on is the parking lot. Yesterday, one of the guys here and I fertilized all these plants that went in just before winter, and I was amazed that it looks like all of them have survived. So anyhow, we fertilized yesterday. If you get close enough, you can actually smell the chick manure if you like that sort of thing. And then I think it was a couple of days ago that Ron Kloppenberg was by as I was working out here, and he said, "Hey, I've got a tractor with a scoop on the front, a little one, and it sure make putting that rock out a lot easier. So I said, all right. So he was over today, along with Joanne, his wife, and then a few guys from the parish, a few of our staff, Julio and Blake and Mike were here. And we knocked this out. You say thanks to Bruce Davis Construction for donating the rock. You can see a couple big piles or places where it was at. All right, so this is all drought tolerant. These are all drought tolerant plants. The yucca. I think those are Russian sages. And then some grasses and veronica and buckthorns out there. Buckthorns and this nice oak here. We're one shy to complete our trees. They were out at the nursery, so we'll pick up one of those and we'll have this project all done. So it was quite an undertaking. Julio and I put down the landscape fabric that we got from Schellers, and then the other crew shoveled the rock and spread it. I think we're supposed to get rain tonight. Is that right? Tomorrow. So it'll kind of wash a little bit of clay off this and water in that fertilizer. So that's this project. Boy, it really turned out nicely. Nice and clean. Oh, and right before I started this morning, I emailed one of our parishioners, Wayne Teal, and said, hey, it seems like I remember that you have a tree spade. And there was a tree that I was wanting to move. And he shows up and he said, well, my tree spade's a shovel. I said, oh. Well, he just set to work on this Japanese maple over here. I had begun to dig, and I couldn't believe after just, I don't know if it was 2 years or so, the roots had really sunk down deep. So he worked, bless his heart. And it was fortunate, too, that Ron was here with his tractor just at the right time, picked it up and transplanted it over here where it's got a little bit more room. We had several plants and shrubs that died over the first winter. I think it was the first or second one. You can see we've got that one big shrub left. There used to be two there. It used to be nice and symmetrical, but not right now. So it will be. We'll take care of that shrub. Hint, hint, Wayne. And then I think we'll get some more boxwoods like we have over here and kind of situate it shortly. So there's that nice Japanese maple. Got a little bit more room to grow. I transplanted what was there over here. A couple spaces that were open. And got things situated. Beautiful day for us to be out doing this work. I think my skin didn't know what to think of actually being in the sun for more than about 5 minutes. So it's nice. Great work. Good to get these projects done. Thanks to everyone who was involved in any way. It was a group project today and for the campaign in general. Got this all finished up. Thanks be to God.